Well, hi there, everybody. We have the Phillies of the Cubs here in 1908. Phillies, of course, 12 and 14 are lucky to find themselves, I would say, in third place. They lost their last one to the Cubs. Chicago is trying to keep up with the Giants. They're a game and a half out. They both have an equal number of wins, but the Cubs have lost 9. And remember that these Phillies, though we might want to make fun of them a little bit, are a much better team than we think. In fact, the Phillies were traditionally in 1908 the team that would give you fits. You can go ask the knowledgeable old New York Giants fans about Harry Kovaleski. Of course, I mean, you find anybody who knows who Harry Kovaleski is today, you've really got a baseball historian on your hands. Eddie Grant rolls a 33 for a 7. That's a single to right field off a three-finger Brown. Brown, of course, 5-1, 1.55 ERA, is pitching excellent, as you would imagine. Here's Otto Knabe, and I think the bunt is absolutely in order here. The roll is a 62. You're having a hard time seeing that 6. For a 12, it's going to be a bunt over to the left side. Steinfeld has it, throws over to Tinker covering at second, and the lead runner is forced. And that means Knabe now is the runner on at first base, one away. I think we're going to bunt again with John Titus because chances of anything else happening here are a little bit slim. And Titus rolls a 36 for a 14. That's going to be a ball. Titus again, this time rolls a 33 for a 7, so it's a good bunt. It's a bunt over to the right side. Chance has it, flips over to Evers covering at the bag, and Knabe moves over to second. With Sherry McGee coming up, McGee has driven in 9 this season, 248's his average. See if he can get a hold of one. Number 4 hitter rolls a 43 for a 29. That's a ground ball over to Chance, and he flips that one over to Brown covering at the bag, and we go to the bottom of the first. Frank Chance will lead this off up against Tully Sparks. Sparks 3-3. And as I was about to say, 3.25 ERA. The roll is a 33, 3-3 for a 33. And here's Chance's second roll. It's a 65, ends up being a 7. That's a single to right field, and that'll bring up Johnny Evers. So Chance on at first base, you know that we're hitting and running. Evers hitting 306, and the roll is a 13 for a 14, and that's going to be a stolen base for Chance. Evers still up there now. Runner in scoring position, and it's a 42 for a 14, so he will get the walk in the end. There's runners on at first and second. Only the 12th walk given up so far by Sparks in his 44 innings pitched. Here now with Jimmy Sheckard. Sheckard rolls a 26 for a 27. Ground ball, third base. Grant throws over to Knabe for 1 and on to first base Brandfield for the double play. And just like that, there's 2 away, and here comes Joe Tinker, runner on at third base. 2 outs, bottom of the first. And Tinker's roll is a 35 for a 9. It's a fly ball center field. Slagle's got that for the out. And we'll go to the top of the second inning. Kitty Bransfield will lead this off for the Phillies. Bransfield hitting 283. He rolls a 42 here for a 9. That'll be a strikeout for Brown, 1 away. Fred Osborne comes up. That's Brown's first strikeout, by the way. Osborne rolls a 46 for a 29. Comebacker to Brown, who throws to first, and there's 2 gone. Here's Mickey Doolin. And Mickey rolls a 65 for a 35. It's going to be a pop-up over right side. Chance has that for the out. We go to the bottom of the second inning, and here is Harry Steinfeld leading this off. Harry rolls a 31 for a 9. Pop-up this time left side. Grant has that, 1 away. Wildfire Schultz now rolls a 53 for a 15, changed in 18. That's going to be an easy error on the shortstop Doolin, and that'll bring up Jimmy Slagle. So Schultz is on at first base. Here comes Slagle, and I think we'll have him actually swing away. There's always a question of bunting or not. Good thing we didn't. Rolls an 11 for a 7. That's an infield single there for Slagle, and that puts Schultz over at second. That'll bring up Pat Moran. Now I think the bunt really is in order. So Moran probably going to bunt here. Runners on at first and second. Rolls a 46 for a 29. He misses 2 attempts to bunt, so there's 2 strikes on him. Not doing what he's supposed to do. Next roll is a 31 for a 9. That's a ground ball to the left side, and Grant has it, throws to first for the out, and there's 2 away. Here's three-finger Brown. Runners on at second and third, 2 outs, bottom of the second. And Brown rolls a 43 for a 29. Comebacker over to Sparks, who throws to first. We'll go to the top of the third, and here is Fred Jaklatish having one of his rare starts. Hitting 240 this season, 4 RBIs. Rolls a 31 for a 14. That's going to be a walk by Brown. So Brown has walked 1 and struck out 1. That'll bring up Tully Sparks, the pitcher. You know he's bunting. The rolls a 21 for a 32. Good bunt left side, and Steinfeld has that, throws to first, and Jack Lattis moves to second. 2 chances to drive him in. Here's Eddie Grant. Grant hitting an even 300 now this season. 1 for 1 with the single today, which put him up over the top. Rolls a 63 for a 30. Fly ball left field. Checkard has that. 2 away. And here's Otto Knabe. Otto, 242. Tried to bunt last time, failed. 2 away. And he rolls, as you can see there, a 66 for a 0. This will drive the run home. And yep, the next roll is a 44 for a 2. That's a big hit off of Brown. Triple deep to deep center field. And so the run scores, and up comes John Titus with the runner on at third base. 1-0 Phillies, looking to put a dent in the Cubs' plans. And Titus rolls a 43 for a 29. Comebacker over to Brown, who throws to first, and we go to the bottom of the third inning. It's going to be Frank Chance up here leading this off for the Cubs. Chance 1 for 1 today, did steal a base. Rolls a 31 for a 9. That's a pop-up left side, and Grant has that for the out, 1 away. Johnny Evers comes up next. And Johnny rolls a 31 for a 9. Same result. Grant catches the pop-up. There's 2 away, and here is Jimmy Sheckard. Sheckard rolls a 16 for a 28. It's going to be a ground ball over to the shortstop, Doolin, who throws to first for the out. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Sherry McGee will lead this off. Sherry rolls a 21 for a 30. It's a fly ball to left field. Sheckard has that for the out. There's 1 away. Kitty Bransfield, next hitter up. And he rolls a 23 for a 32. Fly ball to right field, and Titus has that for the out. 2 away. Here's Fred Osborne. Osborne rolls a 44 for an 8. That's going to be a pop-up left side, and it's going to be Steinfeld who grabs that for the out, and we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Joe Tinker comes up here for the Cubs. Still 1-0 Phillies. Tinker rolls a 51 for an 8. That's a single, and then the little C gets him as he's caught trying to steal. There's 1 away, and here's Harry Steinfeld. Harry rolls a 22 for a 7. There's another single off of Sparks. So Tully's given up 4 hits so far. Steinfeld now runner on at first. Does not have the 11. We won't try the hit and run. Here comes Wildfire Schultz. Rolls a 62 for a 12. There is a little E-roll. We haven't had those yet today. This is a 63 out of the range. That means it's a ground ball to short, and Doolin goes to Knabe for 1, and they go on to Bransfield at first for the double play. And we go to the top of the 5th inning. It'll be Mickey Doolin leading this off. 1-0 Phillies is the score. And here is Mickey. Rolls a 56 for a 34. Pop up to the left side. Joe Tinker has that for the out. 1 away. Fred Jackletish comes up next, the catcher. 240 the average. Walked last time up, and he rolls a 51 for a 9. That's a base hit. Then he's caught stealing because of the little C, so there's 2 away. Only the 3rd hit for the Phillies off of Brown. 2 outs, and here's Tully Sparks, the pitcher. Again, no hits this season. And he rolls a 23 for a 32. It's a fly ball to right field. Schultz has that for the out. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Jimmy Slagle leads this off for the Cubs. Jimmy rolls a 13 for a 14. That'll be a walk, and that brings up Pat Moran. Moran, of course, is going to bunt him in the situation, no question. Rolls a 36 for a 32. Good bunt left side, and Grant has that, throws on to first for the out. 1 away, and here comes Three-Fingered Brown, 1 of 2 chances to drive him in. Brown rolls a 66 for a 7. That's a single to right field. That'll score the runner. And that brings up Frank Chance. So Brown gets it done, which is a surprise. Here comes Chance with a runner on at first. 1-1 game. And the roll is a 24 for a 13, and Frank strikes out. There's 2 away. Here's Johnny Evers. Evers, so far today, 0 for 1 with a walk. Rolls a 21 for a 13, and he strikes out as well. So 2 strikeouts for Sparks, and we go to the top of the 6th. It'll be Eddie Grant here for the Phillies leading this off. Grant today, 1 for 2, has a single, 297 now the average, flirting with 300, rolls a 64 for a 29, comebacker to Brown, who throws to first. There's 1 gone. Otto Knabe is up next. Otto rolls a 35 for a 36, changed to 37, doesn't matter. Going to be a ball or a strike. Next rolls a 24 for a 13, and he strikes out. 2 strikeouts for Brown, and here comes John Titus. And Titus rolls a 55 for an 8. It's a fly ball center field, and Slagle grabs that for the out, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 1-1 game, a close game, which is not very good for the Cubs, who should be dominating this one. And here's Jimmy Sheckard. And I had to look close at that. Sheckard rolls an 11 for a 0. His next roll is a 53 for a 6. That'll be a double to right center field, and that'll bring up Joe Tinker. So the Cubs with a good opportunity again, hit number 6. And here comes Tinker, 18 RBIs, trying to make it 19. And he rolls a 42 for a 23. And that's going to mean that the runner is out stealing third, and Grant, the third baseman, has been injured on that play. This does not bode well for the Phillies. Ernie Courtney looks like he's going to be your replacement at third, and so we will change the player in the field. Courtney's not the same player as Grant, so there's one out, nobody on. Here's Tinker again. He rolls a 26 for a 32 fly ball to right field, and it's going to be, where are you? Titus, who makes the catch, 2 away, and here's Harry Steinfeld. Harry rolls a 21 for a 30 fly ball to left. McGee has that for the out, and we'll go to the top of the 7th inning. And here is Sherry McGee. Sherry McGee leads off. Rolls a 23 for a 32. It's a fly ball to right, and Schultz has that easily for the out, 1 away. Kitty Bransfield is up next. And look at that, Kitty rolls an 11 for a 0. His next roll is a 46 for a 6. It's going to be a double to right center field, bringing up Fred Osborne. So there's a runner on at second base, 1 out here for the Phillies, and up comes Fred. Fred today is 0 for 2, with a ground out and looks like a pop-up. Runner in scoring position, no need for Fred to bunt. 1-1 game, tight ball game. And he rolls a 46 for 29. That's a ground ball to Chance. The first baseman has it, has to flip over to Brown. No play on Bransfield going to third. There's 2 away, and here's Mickey Doolin. And Mickey rolls a 51 for a 9, and that's a single that scores the runner. Mickey is thrown out trying for second, though the throw on that goes from Sheckard to Tinker. But it's a 2-1 lead for the Phillies, and we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Here is Wildfire Schultz. Schultz today so far 0 for 2. Got on in an air and then hit into a double play. This time he rolls a 51 for a 9. It's another pop-up over to the left side, and Courtney has it for the out, 1 away. Jimmy Slagle comes up. He rolls a 62 for a 12. Here's a little E-roll. It's a 35, and so that'll be a ground ball first base, and it's going to be Bransfield who fields that, goes to the bag for the out, 2 away, and here's Pat Moran. Pat rolls a 62 for a 12, and there is a little E-roll. It's a 16, so we're going to have our first little E error of the game. It's changed to a 21. That's an error on the first baseman, Bransfield. 2 away. Here comes Brown, staying in the game, of course. 2-1 the score. Moran, slow runner, rolls a 43 for a 29. That's going to be a comebacker over to Sparks, who throws to first for the out, and we go to the top of the 8th inning. It's Fred Jackletich leading this off for the Phillies. 1 for 1 today, walked and singled, but was caught trying to steal. And look at that. Fred rolls a 33, but it's an 8, so it's a ground ball over to short. Tinker throws to first, 1 away. Good roll, not a good result. 1 out. Here's Tully Sparks. He rolls a 21 for a 32, fly ball to right field. Schultz has that, 2 away. It'll be Ernie Courtney. Courtney hitting 250 this season, 1 RBI. And he rolls a 16 for a 26, ground ball to second. Evers has it and throws to first for the out. When we go to the bottom of the 8th, it'll be Frank Chance to lead this off for the Cubs, and the Cubbies better get something going. Chance rolls a 16 for a 28. That won't do. A ground ball to short. Doolin throws to first, 1 away. Johnny Evers comes up next. And there you go. He rolls a 33 for a 7. There's a single to right field, and that'll bring up Jimmy Sheckard. Evers, of course, does have that 11, so we'll have him run. The Cubs are trying to get the wheels in motion. Roll is a 14 for a 43, and that's going to be a fly ball left field, and McGee has that for the out. There's 2 away, and that'll bring up Joe Tinker. So runner still on first base, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Tinker's 1 for 3 today. 18 RBIs this season, looking to pad that total, but he rolls a 31 for a 9. That's a ground ball over to Courtney, the new third baseman, who throws to first for the out. And we go to the top of the 9th, still 2-1 Phillies in a real tight ball game. Here's Otto Knabe. And Otto rolls a 26 for a 27, ground ball right side, and left side, Steinfeld has that, throws to first, 1 away. John Titus comes up next. He rolls a 44 for an 8. That's a ground ball over to the shortstop, Tinker, who throws to first, 2 away. And it's Sherry McGee, top of the 9th, 2-1 Phillies. McGee rolls a 51 for a 10. There's a base hit to center field, and that'll bring up Kitty Bransfield. McGee does have the magic 11. We'll hit and run. And the roll for Bransfield, 56 for a 34. It's a line drive over to short. Tinker grabs that, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. Harry Steinfeld leads this off against Tully Sparks. His rolls a 16 for a 26, ground ball to second. Knabe throws to first, 1 away. Wildfire Schultz comes up next, and he rolls a 26 for a 32, fly ball right field. Titus has that, and there's 2 away. And here comes Jimmy Slagle, the last hope for the Cubs. And his roll is a 46 for a 29. It's a comebacker to Sparks, who throws to first, and that does it. And there you have it. The Phillies win this one, going to 13-14. Cubs go to 20-10, are now a full game behind the Giants. Full 2 games, I'm sorry. Giants still yet to play today, and they've been playing very, very well. The Cubs have faltered, and I tell you, this Phillies team is like an optical illusion. You look at them and you think that they're no good, and then they win all these ball games. Final score again, 2-1, and this was somewhat close, but no real drama in this one. Brown goes to 5-2. Sparks, of course, goes to 4-3. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll talk with you tomorrow. Bye-bye.